Hey guys, this is my very first YouTube video. I've been feeling inspired to disseminate information that I feel positively impacts me. I want to just include uplifting information. I love reading, so I might be doing some book reviews, and I thought maybe just talk about general topics that just inspire people, make people feel better, and not just because we're going through this pandemic right now, but just because there's always room, and I think it's necessary to be able to give people information to help people feel good about where they are in their lives, no matter where they are, from just a place of love and respect. And that's what I wanted to do today. So I just finished this book. I know it's backwards, but it's by Dr. Joe Vitale, called Zero Limits. He actually co-wrote the book with a Hawaiian psychologist. Sorry if I mispronounced the name, but it's Ayala Hulin. And basically, he started the practice of, or actually maybe continued the practice of, Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian, almost like a sacred prayer. And it's 4 simple sentences. And you don't have to say it in this particular order, but it's I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Now, the whole reason for this, and the reason I even started reading this book, was Dr. Len was at a psychologist at a mental health ward where people were criminally insane. A lot of them committed horrendous crimes, and, from murder, rape, assault, all the above. A lot of them, like I said, were diagnosed with mental health disorders. And basically, some of them were also told that they maybe weren't even able to function well and also know what they did to commit the crimes. So just to give you, some background. And the amazing thing that this doctor was able to do was basically heal an entire ward of these people, to the point where after he had left healing these people for 3 years, sometime after that, this hospital didn't even need to be there anymore because almost everybody was healed. He said 2 people actually were not healed, and so they were transferred to different hospitals. But it got to the point where before he came, workers were constantly taking off. People were getting into fights. The prisoners were fighting with the staff, and the prisoners were fighting with each other, or I guess patients really. So there was just a lot of discord. And Dr. Lin, which I think is amazing, never even talked to any of these patients. He never did assessments or evaluations on them. He never attended conferences about these patients or meetings about these patients. What he did, he had an office, and when he was in that office, he would say that 4-sentence prayer. And essentially, his teaching was that he was cleansing himself. And he talked about taking responsibility for everything that you experience in your life. Now, I know that may sound very overwhelming. I know that may sound counterintuitive or illogical, because who wants to take responsibility for other people? Who wants to take responsibility for that person that maybe cut you off in traffic, or a loved one who may not always do the things you want them to do, maybe clean the way you want them to clean, or, having a bad day at work? Who wants to say that, you know what, I need to take responsibility for all that's happened, not just me, but for other people? But that's what Dr. Len teaches, and he taught Dr. Joe Vitale this, and that's what Dr. Vitale wanted to write about, because he had never heard of this before. And if you really believe that, if you believe that by taking responsibility and simply saying that 4-sentence prayer, you heal yourself from within, I think anything is possible. And yes, it's healing yourself. It's not about necessarily healing the other people, but it's showing that you have been the one almost attracting those things. And when you can heal yourself, you can heal your experiences around you. You can heal how people interact with you. You can see the changes in people's personality. And the wonderful thing about this prayer, you don't even have to talk to this person. You don't really even have to think about this person when you're saying the prayer. You're literally just saying it out loud. And whether you're religious or you're spiritual or you're none of the above, you can say it to the divine if you believe in the divine, or you can just say it to show that you believe that you can clear this path, you can clear this energy, and you can start anew. And I really, really believe in the power of this. And I think it's just an amazing thing. And one of the best things for me in my life is finding a great book that you just can't put down And anytime you get back to the book and you keep reading it, something profound happens and something inside of you changes. And this is what Zero Limits has done for me. It's just an amazing, amazing book. Just like what Conversations with God did for me by Neale Donald Walsch several years ago. And The Secret did for me by Rhonda Byrne a few years before that. So this book has forever changed me. It's on audio as well. I think you can even listen to it from the library if you want to rent out the audio there. I just felt like I had to say something. I feel empowered to tell people, and I don't feel like you were here by accident. I feel like if you're listening to this, you were meant to learn it. It's time for you to have the changes in your life. And if you do start doing this, which I highly encourage, but obviously I'm not here to pressure anybody, but if you do and you start seeing some wonderful changes, I would love to know about it. And just keep in mind, all we're doing is helping ourselves, cleansing ourselves, loving ourselves and loving other people, not judging, just going with the flow, because that's what it's truly all about, is to love everything. And it's just that simple, and it's also just that challenging, because I know it's not always easy to just love everything around you. But if you can find things in your day to be grateful for, even if it's something small, even if it's having 4 limbs and 2 eyes to be able to see out of and 4 limbs to be able to use, even if it's that you're living in a house, or if you're not living in a house, maybe you're living in your car, if it's having a place of shelter, if it's having food that you can eat every day, just finding those things to be grateful for, your life can truly, truly change. And you can find that way to love other people. And by doing that, you're loving yourselves. Because at the end of the day, love is all there is. And again, I know it's backwards, but that's why I got this tattoo a few years ago, to remind me, I am love. We're all about love. That's what life is. And I know there's more to it than that, but that's pretty much the message I wanted to share today. And thank you so much for anyone that's listening. I'm super excited to start this channel. I don't know how often I'll post. I'll just kind of see how it goes and go with the flow. And I'd love to hear back from you guys too, and to all be a part of this wonderful community. All right, y'all take care and have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.